let's get this mini M416 ready to go play outside. All right, let's start with the batteries. So when you first get your blaster, go ahead and plug in one of the batteries. These ones are the magazine style batteries, and they have 2 plugs. The charger only fits into 1 plug, so make sure you only plug it into that one. Plug that in there, plug this into any AC adapter. It'll go ahead and charge. It's gonna flash lights when it is charging, and then they'll be solid when they're full. Okay, so I've already gotten these charged up, and it's ready to go. Okay, so to put the battery in, very easy. Just gonna go ahead and push it in. Hear it click, that means it's in there. You're good. To release it, just hold the button and pull, okay? So we've got that in there, it's charged, it's ready to go. We can even give it a little test here. All right, yep, there's definitely power. We'll turn that back off. If you wanted to keep this other battery with it, you can just go ahead and slide it in like that. And now you've got your spare battery with you so that you're ready in the field. Here's your little bracket. There's an arrow on it. It's trying to make things easy for you. So you slide it on in that direction, and you're just gonna slide it until it stops, okay? So slide it on, it'll stop right there. You can see there is a piece of plastic, a ridge that stops it. If you push it all the way, that means it's stopped. It's on there pretty tight. It needs to be, obviously, you don't want it moving around. So once this is on here, you don't need to keep taking it off and on. Just leave it on, you know, so you're good to go. So we got it all charged up. We got the bracket on. Now let's talk about the gel balls. So this little hopper works the same as the grenade style hoppers. The grenade style hoppers fit on here too. People ask that. Yes, they fit on there, no problem. You've got your gel beads. You're gonna wanna soak them in water for at least 4 to 6 hours. I typically soak them overnight, but 4 to 6 hours is enough time. Just use plenty of water, and that way you'll make sure you get them soaked large enough, and use a big enough container too. Sometimes people put a bunch of gel beads into a small container, and then there's just not room for them to grow. I typically grow gel beads in these little Tupperwares that are left over from different, food. So that's what I've done. I've soaked those, and in the morning or whenever you go check on them, if they're completely dry, like there's no extra water, you probably didn't use enough water, because it's highly unlikely you guessed just perfect. It's better to overestimate. You can always then strain off any excess water, and that way you'll know they're at the right size, 7 to 8 millimeters. They can only get so big. They can't get too big. So I'm gonna fill this guy up. I just kind of use my hand as a funnel over here. Put some gel beads in there so that you know you're just kind of getting it full, okay? So I got about half full, that's good. For the sake of this, I just turn the blaster sideways kind of like this. Screw it on. Pretty much set to go. That's how quick and easy it is. So just make sure you soak those gel balls long enough and use enough water, because if you go to play and they just start kind of dribbling out the front end, it means they're not big enough. So make sure you get them to that right size, strain off any excess water, get going to go play. When you're done playing, make sure that you don't leave any gel balls in the blaster, okay? If you have extras in the hopper and you put the lid on it nice, these should last for a while, for days, even maybe, up to a week without issue. It's just eventually they do start to degrade too, even if they're airtight. But definitely if they're exposed to airs, they'll start to, the water will start to kind of evaporate, and they'll get too small, they'll fall into the blaster if you left them on here, causing lots of problems. So just make sure you take them off, and then you'll be good to go. All right, so the mini M416, the brand right there, Hericapul, and this is the black and yellow color combination.